Wisdom to me is the greatest gift that God has given to his people outside of his Son and the Spirit of God. Wisdom is the walls that God puts around you so that nothing can creep in and destroy what God is building. But it's also the roadmap to get you to your destiny. Wisdom gives you the ability to outrun, outmaneuver, and outlast every opposition that comes against you. Wisdom, I believe, is God's plan to get you to your destiny on time with glory and power.
The Passion is calling this chapter living in righteousness.
Yes.
Righteousness. What is this? It's right standing with the King. It's being in right standing with his laws, his rules, his principles, his values. It's not being a little good Boy Scout, little good Girl Scout. It's not just being moral, modern day moralism, which changes every day. Right standing with the King is kingdom righteousness.
When it goes well with the righteous, when we operate with integrity, when we walk in divine community, when we operate with the mind of God, the Lord causes there to be not only blessing, but multiplication, honor. He surrounds us. When it goes well with the righteous, the city rests. So that's been one of my favorite scriptures as I've traveled nation to nation, because understanding that if I will walk in wisdom and I will walk in righteousness, the city has to receive me. The city has to hear my words. The correlation is God will always cause more to honor you when you honor truth.
I have put God in a box. And instead of moving in faith, I was moving in great presumption. Guys, I can tell you this, I'm only 47 years old. I haven't walked with God for 80 years. I'm not 120 years like, Moses, whatever. I can tell you this. I don't think I've ever actually really predicted rightly how God was going to do something. I've had words, and I still have words about what he wants to do in my life. But the how almost never, and I will probably say never, looks anything like what I would have thought. And I think so many people allow their gift of administration, their gift of planning, their gift for details to literally shut down the flow of God in their life, because they just want to know, well, what about this? And what if this? And what if this? And blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, I'm God. You're not. Do you even trust me?
Yeah.
Like if I got like when I go to my kids, like one thing that used to, frustrate me is I go to my kids, I'm like, hey, jump in the car, we're gonna go somewhere. Now I got this amazing thing planned, on this amazing day planned. Or I tell my wife, hey, jump in the car, I got something planned, right? And they're like, well, where are we going? When are we gonna come back? Da, 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 da. And start asking a million questions. I'm like, dude, like you're ruining this for me. Like I planned a surprise. I have this surprise plan. I got this really cool thing, and you are peppering me with questions. You are literally ruining this.
I would say to anyone, you've been considering it, it's in your spirit, you felt like you need to take the next step, but you're wrestling with it. Don't wrestle any longer. Two things are necessary to walk into destiny. Education, you have to learn where you're going so that you can have the skill that you need. But also impartation. You've got to get around people who've already done what you want to do and let the grace and the wisdom they carry get on you. One of the things I love, Pedro, when I've been with you a couple of times, just the grace that's in that room. The grace from God that you carry as a breaker, as a visionary, as a voice to this generation to pull us into who we're called to be. I've watched you as you take the stage. I've watched you as you spoke to people. And I know you know it, but there is oil in your voice to help unlock the gifts that are hiding in people that they've never been able to dig deep enough to find. And I've watched people kind of awaken as you're talking. I say to each one of you, if you're on the fence, get off the fence, get in the room. Don't wait another 6 months and realize you've wasted more time. Invest.